Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We're living in surreal times over these past few days. My school, Yeshiva University, has been closed for almost 2 weeks, and I've been offering my college courses online for the past few days. And it's been going better than expected. So we've never thought we'd come to this, but in an effort to take every precaution we can, I'd like to offer my Shabbat Derasha here virtually instead of tonight and tomorrow. As you know, we're going to be, this is Prashat Parah, and which we read about the Parah Duma, the red cow, the classic example, according to many rabbis, of an enigmatic mitzvah. No one knows the reason for it. However, many midrashim, including the Rambam and up to Rabbi Samson, Raphael Hirsch, and Rabbi Sassoon, have offered various explanations for the details, and some of them are quite relevant to what we're feeling and thinking about during this time. The Parah Duma is meant to cleanse and purify someone who came into contact with a corpse. And this elaborate ritual, we take a red cow that is perfect beauty, no blemish, has never worked, the height of health and the representation of life itself. And the Kohen takes it and burns it to ashes, which is just the bare minimum that's left of it. And this represents all of life that eventually marches towards its end. And we take these ashes, which that experience for a person, represent that experience of a person who comes into contact with death and is thinking about what is this all about, and what's the purpose, and is in a state where he cannot come to the Beit HaMikdash. Someone who's depressed like that can't go and serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu while he's in that state. And so the Kohen takes these ashes and mixes it with Etz Erez ve'ezov u'shni tolat. Etz Erez, the highest, most powerful tree, and Shni tolat, that comes from a worm, representing all of mankind, rich and poor, strong and weak, that all have the same end. And we take this mixture and we dilute it in Mayim Chayim. We take water from a living source, from a spring, and this sense of depression, we dilute in ideas about life-affirming thoughts. And we take the blood of this parah and we sprinkle it towards Ohel Moed. The idea is that in order to be healed, we have to focus our attention on spiritual matters, on the one force in the world that is everlasting and permanent, that of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and the values of the Torah that we hold so strongly. And so we take this mixture and we sprinkle it on the people, and they also wait 7 days to think about, to process what's happened to them. And after that process, then they are refreshed, then they are cleansed, they are pure, and now they are ready to enter the Beit HaMikdash and go on with their lives as servants of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. During this time, as we're reading about terrible stories coming from Italy and China and other places, and we're very fearful about what's going to happen here, we have a lot of anxiety. And this is, on the one hand, good because it'll force us to take the steps we can. Fortunately, we're very early on here, and we can take the steps to mitigate this needless suffering. However, at the same time, we have to have hope and prayer that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will help us when we take the efforts ourselves. And so, we take our anxiety, we take our collective thoughts, and as we read this parasha, we think about them, we process them, we direct our thoughts towards each other, towards HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And hopefully, if we all do that together, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will sprinkle upon us Mayim Chayim. And I wish everybody a happy, joyous Shabbat that you'll spend with our families, with our kids, praying together, studying together. And we look forward to a week full of Torah learning, perhaps virtually as well. Wishing everybody Shabbat Shalom and good health.